We're back on R&R Performance's EK hatch.
So I'm gonna start here on the front now, after we just did the drive shaft and stuff that you guys saw, but we're gonna start on the front here because basically we need to know where all this stuff is gonna be set and placed before we start making our piping and you know, figuring out all the coolant situation, because he's got this tucked radiator. I'm not really sure the company, but it's like a, yeah, you know, more of a performance kind of tucked radiator.
Yeah.
A longer, more narrow. So we got to figure out that situation. It's not really bolted in. This wasn't really bolted in. We're going to make some nice bracketry. So then once that's all in place, then we can start figuring out how we're going to do our piping, how we're going to do our lines, our fuel lines. The fuel's all going to get redone. We talked to the customer, so we're going to get it up and good for, you know, 1,000+ horsepower, get everything looking good. He's running the smaller fuel tank in the front too, so that this is kind of all in combo what we're going to start working on, like all that together, kind of as one, to make sure everything fits nice.
Sweet.
This is how we decided to mount up the intercooler and also the tucked radiator he has back here. It's kind of hard to see. So this is just all the rough little, you know, tack welding and everything. We're gonna go through and TIG it and then also get it powder coated. So, you know, just did like a little fancy nameplate, this and that. But basically it's held back here through the bracket. This is how we came up with it down here, and then also
secured down the bottom.
Secured at the bottom with a brace too, to prevent flexing straight to the intercooler and to the radiator. And then on this
space in between too. That's good.
Yep. And then on this side, just a little basic. We kind of wanted to make it look a little different than everyone else did. So, you know, we're gonna go through and TIG this and make, and you know, and buzz it down, make it look kind of nice before we powder coat it. But this is just like the rough draft. We wanted to, like I said, do something a little weird on this side. I don't know, we just had some weird ideas in our head to do something. But it's nice and sturdy now. Nothing, you know, I mean, you know, it jiggles to an extent, but once, you know, the intercooler piping and everything is on here, it's going to be strong enough, definitely. So as I was saying in the beginning, you know, we're gonna go through and do this step by step slowly, but I think I'm going to actually mount the fuel pumps before I start making the piping, because I don't want the piping to get away in the fuel or vice versa. But I think if I can try to figure out a decent way to mount this piping, because he has this race tank in the front, so I need to get 2 fuel pumps to mount somewhere in this general area, or maybe even if I have to make a bracket down here or something, but somewhere in this general area, so that I can get the access to the right up to the exactly right up into the, with also making it look, you know, presentable and stuff like that.
So check out the bracket.
Yeah, so now figuring out this rear bracket tree for the gas tank, but it's kind of hard to see, but it goes all the way up here where that bolt is in the, and then it comes down here against where this bolt is right here, and it's gonna go like that and hold the gas tank in place. It's got that S1 logo. Use some parts, you know, you try to use some parts around, laying around. And then this mounted with riv nuts that you guys can see, but it's really hard to place this with everything in the way, so I think it's going to be pretty out of the way here. This is the overflow, and this would be where the water would overflow if it filled up to the top or whatever, but it's going to get pulled in. So this is going to get tucked nice. The intercooler piping is going to come right through here. This is the gas tank you guys saw last time, and then now I'm working on the catch can in the corner. He had existing holes over here, so I'm trying to cover them. I'm trying to cover as many holes as I can that he already had in the car. So I'm gonna build a bracket that covers this hole and then goes right here. So I put a riv nut in there, and then I'm gonna use this back here to try to not make so many holes on the car. Yeah, so it's gonna sit like this, and then this is gonna have an indent with a filter and a flat top.
Clean up the bag.
Cleaning up the bag, getting ready to shape all the holes and everything here. And the bundles and stuff up. Just a real super light bundle.
Light bundle. Then get it on the same color, right? Same orange inside.
Yeah, it's red.
All red?
Red.
Pepper red. Oh, forever red?
I don't know it. Some red. Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. We got everything all welded on. So.
Everything's fixed. Toyota Corolla. Everything's done. We're just gonna get everything painted up.
This doesn't even belong on this one here. We made it work. So
made it work.
And then we're getting all this other assembly here.
Yeah.
We're getting it powder coated right now.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah. The brackets here for the front JDM bumper. So now we're cleaning everything up, bond or whatever we got to do, and then
back to the customer. Right? He's gonna do the wire.
No, we're gonna paint it. Yeah, we're gonna paint it, and then put the motor, this motor here, back in.
You guys remember this K24 S2000 Training? Nice setup.
That's it.
Yep.
So,
Hey, so the the catch can's coming along. It's a little rough right now. It's gonna get sanded down. The aluminum that was used to make this can was very dirty, and no matter what we do, it just keeps getting dirty. So we're gonna sand it down, make it look pretty, get it powder coated. But it's coming along. Like I told you guys, we're gonna make a flat top. And then over here, started the wiring harness, I don't remember if I showed you guys this actually.
Yeah,
yeah, I did. Okay, so we started the wire harness, getting the catch can figured out. This is just a rough display of the harness because we want to make sure everything kind of goes in place. He is going to have nitrous on the car, so this is a nitrous line that I'm going to figure out how everything kind of molds together nicely, so everything's kind of out of the way. Looks good. We're switching his T bracket. That's going to be, once the catch can's done, the T bracket is the next thing. So this is the T bracket, and we're switching this because these are these are the ones that tend to crack the block because they're only held in 2 spots, and a lot of customers and other people have cracked the block. So we're going to install our T bracket, which has that extra mounting support right here. So that's going to be my next project probably when I get back from lunch, because I'm a little hungry honestly.
That's just a quick update on the purple R&R Performance's EK. We're gonna get back on the EG with the 4G63 Evo motor for update. You guys remember the 4G63? We're mounting up the get ready to mount up the drive shaft. We're gonna bang up here a little bit so everything fit. You guys seen the last video?
Yeah, so what we're working on now is basically just starting the carrier bearing brackets. So we're getting everything kind of mocked up the way we want it, just tacking it all in place. I'm making the last bracket that's gonna go from here. And then after we get done just tacking everything, we're gonna go through, reinforce it. We're gonna add gussets, as well as the second brace that's gonna come across the bottom here. And then what we're doing is we're gonna actually weld nuts inside the bottom here so that what you're able to do is just unbolt the entire, carrier bearing assembly.
What we usually do with the car.
Yeah, what we would do with, the EGs and DCs and all those. So that you can remove the entire drive shaft out of it.
Nice. So check it out, guys. The drive shaft is getting mocked up in the 4G63. Full Evo swap, diff, everything. You guys seen the rear already. Coming up pretty nice. Car's gonna be fast. 50-50 split in power. You know how the Evos do it. So yeah, Mike's getting everything together. Okay, check it out. The EG Evo Driveshaft is all painted up, nice, brackets made.
All done. So we're talking about in the previous video, we took the nuts that those are going to screw into and then drilled holes and then countersinked them against the rail here. So now we can just screw the bolts in that are going to hold the carrier bearings like that. So it'll make it easy, simpler for the install, and then add a little bit more strength there for it as well.
Okay, cool.
So we got the drive shaft back in. Everything is done here with this. Like we were talking about before, when it was out of the car, we went and just basically built custom brackets for the carrier bearing to house it so that it was nice and centered and tucked. So we went through and gusseted the sides, and then just did some little additional reinforcements on the back of it as well. The whole top seams are all completely welded as well. And then from there we went and actually the drive shaft itself has been modified for the length of this car, so it's been shortened, balanced, bolted directly up as you see. From there we went in and also braced the subframe some more. So we just added a few additional braces here, and then in a couple other locations up top, just to give it a little bit more support. And the customer from here will be taking the car to finish it up. As I understand, he's working with DSS to get axles made for it, so that he has that portion done, and then basically from there it's just wiring and then finishing up the charge piping and everything, and he'll be good to go.
Sweet. So there you have it, guys. This thing came in without anything. Now it has a full Evo swap engine, trans, drive shaft, and if you guys want to see, look at the custom diff mount that we did. Real solid. And as we said in the previous videos, if you guys know, it's easy to take off. Let's remove these two, take off this plane sheet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these, and boom, it's out. So, yep. Now we got a Evo swap and an EG in the Honda under our belts. Like, subscribe, that's one bill.
Them wheels are always gripping, don't get caught slipping. Even on the straights, yeah, warming up that A6. The Florida got the street cred, we rolling down the street quick. Got that MSD switch, B-Series or a ZC, and that LSV tech, hella clean, yeah. Tell them where to meet at, yeah, we go to Mexico, racing for the pink slips, and ain't no 12 to catch us, so K-swap the world till we spin the globe. K20, MR2 and S like CRX with the K24. Reppin' that EF, go back to the days of the HF, DX, the EX, before them green underglows. If you ain't see it, you must be running slow. Say you in something we can't afford, but we got that cam to cord. That's S1 all-wheel drive, got them Honda skillings. All-wheel grippin', 4-4, grippin'. S1 all-wheel drive, got them Honda skillings. All-wheel grippin', we'll have you grippin', don't get caught slipping. S1 all-wheel drive, got them Honda skillings. Them wheels are always grippin'. Them wheels are never slipping. S1 all-wheel drive, got them Honda skillings. Them wheels are always gripping.